Y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Kid Billionaire. Be super excited. Y'all have been begging me for these event space walkthroughs, the event space tours. They have literally been our most popular videos. Y'all saw we was in San Antonio. Y'all saw we was in Detroit. So it's only right we bring it back to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I got my guy, T-Money, T-Dog, T-Dizzle.
You already know.
Atlanta's own Terrion Whitlock, owner of Room 612. Y'all, I'm bigging you up real quick, yo. Let the people know who you are.
Keep bigging me up. I'm saying. Listen, it's your boy Terrion Whitlock, owner of Room 612 Event Center, #1 event center in Douglasville, Georgia. Also, client success manager with Event Space Elites, ESC to the moon. You already know what time it is.
You already know what it is. Yo, and you actually heard that correctly. So Terrion was a client of ours, became a friend of mine, became now a client success manager, and even a sales advisor in our program, Event Space Elites. So he knows Event Space Elites practically better than his own last name. So he's definitely the one. And of course, now without being the proof in the pudding, as you can see, he's living it. He's living it. So we're actually gonna give you guys a real life walkthrough of his venue, and let's take y'all inside.
Let's do it. Yep. Room 612 Event Center. You already know what time it is, baby.
So yo,
go ahead.
Yeah, talk to us. What we got over here?
So this is our entrance area right here. So this is really key and critical for like our premium packages, because a lot of times I have my photographer set up right here. I got my built-in grass wall. You already know I got the LED sign, right? And this changes color. So whatever color thing that we have for the party,
really?
Yeah, this can be whatever color they want. It can change colors. It can like go with the mood or go with the music thing.
So I got like a pink princess.
Damn.
Pink.
I got you.
Say that. That's
easy. I got my accent wall right here built in. And for those who don't know, 612 is actually June the 12th. That's my wife and I's anniversary date. So this right here makes the story more appealing when people come in.
Wifey, you know what I mean?
Shout out Quita. What's up, baby?
Quita.
You know what I mean? So yeah, this is the entrance way right here. Like I said, this is the first thing that people see when they walk in.
Yep.
Right? So this is a big selling point. We've been here going on 2 years now. This is like one of the most biggest selling points right here. When people walk in, they see it.
Now, why did you focus so much on the entryway when people walk in? Because most people, when they open up their venue, they're like, all right, cool, like people not really spending too much time over here. They're gonna be in the venue. Why'd you make sure that the entryway looked a certain way?
First impressions.
Okay.
First impressions are lasting impressions, right?
Okay.
So when people first walk in my venue, I want them to say, damn, this is nice.
Okay.
I want them to smell it. You smell the air freshener in here?
Yep.
I want them to say, damn, this is clean, right? It's a first impression. I don't want them to walk in and say, okay. Well, hopefully it gets better in the back. No.
Ooh. When
they walk in, boom, I want them to be blown away, right? And then when they walk in here, they're gonna be like, oh, it's another level, right? It gets better. So I always focus on the entranceway, and I always let people know that, #1, we're gonna have a billboard for our event space.
Okay.
Right. So my QR codes are gonna be all around the place.
I was just about to ask about those.
Yeah, strategically placed all around the place, because I want my event space to be a walking billboard for my event space. So as you can see, we have a big parking lot outside. People who come in and out the parking lot, they can scan that QR code from their car. That's how big it is.
Wow. We got a little room right here. What's the purpose of
So this is a multi-purpose space right here. This room actually looked different than what it is now, but we made this, it had mirrors all the way around.
Wow.
Yeah, so we took out all the mirrors and I left that one mirror because it's kind of cool, and I can come in here and look at myself when I'm doing my tours, make sure I'm on point, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
But nah, so I kept the multi-purpose space because what we can do with this space is, #1, we can have the food set up in here.
Okay.
Right? So I want to create separation from my event and the food. I don't want people picking over the food, touching the food when they're not supposed to be eating, right? #2 is when I'm doing wedding receptions, people can say, hey, table #1, come and get your food. Table #2, come and get your food, right? It creates order to the party. And then another reason is it's multi-purpose because we can take the food out of here and we can put the bar in here. So for our Sweet 16s, the kids are in there, the parents are in here, watching the kids through the window. They got the bar in here, they chilling. It's a multi-purpose space. So we can do whatever we want to do with this space.
So these tables will essentially get dropped down,
yes,
put someplace else.
Put someplace else. We'll relocate them somewhere else, probably in the back, and then we can put whatever we need in here.
Now that actually leads me to another question. So when you are having these events, say for example that Sweet 16, right? And somebody says, hey, I want to use this for a 360 booth or whatever the case may be.
We've done that.
How are So how is that being handled throughout the event?
That's being handled before the event.
Okay.
Right, so I'm not coming in here day of the event and moving anything.
Wow.
Right, so when we book the event, we talk about what's on the invoice. I'm gonna run through the invoice with you, run through the contract with you, make sure you understand what everything is. You have up until 2 weeks before to change anything, all right? So let's just say you come in here and say, hey man, I want the food in here. You know what, I went home and I thought about it. 2 weeks before the party, I want the 360 booth in here. We can make that slight change to the invoice. I can let the setup team know. Setup team comes in here and take the tables out, put the 360 booth in here.
Wow, so that's really key right there. You don't have to be here the day of the event.
No.
You can have an event on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Absolutely.
Since all these details are discussed beforehand, you don't have to be here. You can be at home with your kids, with your wife, in another country, whatever the case may be. And I think that's really important because I see a lot of times venue owners that are not part of Event Space Elites. No shade, but I see a lot of venue owners that DM me and like 2-3 years later, they're still taking out the trash, they're still setting up events, they're still doing all the invoices, and I'm just like, you didn't build this business to give yourself another job. So it's masterful that you've been able in such a short period of time, because I know you've only had your venue for maybe a year or two.
Yep.
Now that you've already been able to fully automate your space. Now that's really, really dope. I actually want to take it to the next side real quick.
Yep.
Now, of course, now we're in the big room.
Yep.
How much square feet are we looking at?
Square footage total for the entire building is 3403. This space right here is like 2768 somewhere in there.
2768, and
Yeah.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
9.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoot, let's give him a little 360. Give him a little 360.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, about how many people would you say can be seated, standing? In the
Yep.
venue?
So standing room is 125. Seated is going to be 100.
Nice.
Right. So I'm gonna provide you with 100 chairs, and then we also have our high boys, and we can do another 25 people seated. I mean, standing. Right.
Wow.
So 125 total.
Why do you leave the round tables? I'm genuinely curious. Like, why do you leave the cocktail tables out, the rectangle tables out, all the round tables out? Like, why do you just leave them all out?
So when you first walk in the building, right, I want you to be blown away from the entrance, right? You're a prospect. You've never been in here before. You're thinking about having a party for your mom, right? I want you to be blown away. When you come in here, I want you to say, damn, I can have my mom party set up similar to this, right? A lot of people are not visionary. A lot of people can't see. So when you have the space blank, you leave everything up to imagination. A lot of people can't imagine what the perfect setup looks like, right? So a lot of times during my open houses, I have my setup team come and I'm like, listen, we got a party on Friday. Let's go ahead and set up for that on Monday.
Yeah.
So that means my open houses during the week can see exactly
that's a play.
what's going on.
That's a play.
Aha.
That's a play.
Right.
So basically what you're saying is that throughout the week when you're having these people prospecting to see the space, they're already looking at what the event could potentially look like.
100%. A lot of times they may come in and say, I like this color right here. Everything is good, but my color is purple. Boom. Okay, that's easy. We can change it.
You know what's so crazy is like in selling, a lot of times the sale happens before the actual sale happens.
100%. 100%.
So it's like if somebody can walk in and they see, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I just walked in here and I love this. I'm like, all right, I'm looking at the nude, I'm looking at the little safari, little grass in the middle. I'm like, all right, yo, like, babe, like we could do something like this.
100%.
And then also it edifies your package because now I'm gonna be like, who did this?
Right.
And you're gonna say,
right.
I did.
So here's the thing, right? A lot of people want to come in and they'll say, hey, I have my own decorator. I've already got my decorator. We just need the space, right? All right, cool, you can get the space, right? But then when they come in here, they're like, well, how much is this?
You know what I'm saying?
And I hit them with the price. They're like, well, I'm already paying them this. I can just give you this. And then we all boom, bam, thank you, ma'am.
That's it.
Let's get it.
People always love a one-stop shop. And I feel that when you have that, like you just said, somebody could come in with it. Like, that's cool. I ain't trying to step on no toes.
By all
You
means.
feel me?
Yep.
You know, if my toes is pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, don't be mad at me. You feel me? And I feel like that's so big because we were just talking like I stay in Midtown.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, so for me to come out here, it'll probably be like, cool, 30 minutes. Which is fine. I'll make that.
Yep.
But it's even more of a sell if I can just be like, damn, I don't feel like bringing all this shit over there.
Just think about this, bro. Think about this. It's a special occasion. It's a 30th. It's a 40th. It's a monumental occasion, bro. A lot of people just want to come in and celebrate. They don't want to come in and think about the details. Yeah. So we take care of all that for them. We let them know, like, hey, when you come in here, it's going to already be set up for you. Only thing you would have to do is come and have a good time. That's it.
Now, how many packages do you have? Let's walk and talk.
Yeah, for sure.
I want them to see the rest of the decor they got.
Yeah.
I see that you got, what is this, like a bridal table?
This is like a head table right here. So this actually is it's a Sweet 16 tonight. It's like a head table. So she's gonna have her top 4 people with her.
Okay.
So she'll be here in the center and then she'll have her top 4 people with her. Yeah, so but as far as the packages, I have basically.
You're gonna talk pricing now.
Oh no, I'm definitely not talking pricing because we got the snipers out there waiting.
Ready.
But basically I have 3 tiers.
Okay.
3 tiers. Basically, you can come in here and get the space by itself, bare minimum. Second tier is we'll come in here and set it up. And then third tier is basically we'll do everything for you.
Wow.
Like we'll do everything. I'm talking about down to the DJ, choreograph, the catering. We'll do all the decor, whole 9.
Wow.
Like full blown out package. I even have a package where I will come and pick you up for you in a 20-mile radius.
Wow.
Lay out the red carpet for you. Yeah, I've sold that package too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shit. I don't even want to ask them what that package is.
Yeah, that's the next level price right there.
That's different, but I mean, that's so dope because now you have the versatility. Like, I always tell people, the space is not enough.
No.
The space is not enough. Like, if you're thinking about coming into this business and just selling the space, like, that's cool. You can do that, but just understand you're leaving so much money on the table.
100%.
Because the first thing that people are gonna do when they come into an event space is they're gonna need decor.
Yep.
They're gonna need catering.
Yep.
DJ, rentals. All, like, why not have these things? And then you don't gotta be a decorator to do any of these things. I'm not a decorator.
Yeah.
You're not a decorator.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We're not decorators by trade, but it's not hard to pick these things up. And especially when you have like the build out list, the vendor list and whatnot that we provide, you don't need to guess. You could just say, all right, cool, look, I need a pastel wall. Well, I'm gonna get me a pastel wall. Or I need charger plates. Get me the charger plates. I need napkins. I'm gonna get me the napkins. It's not complicated stuff, but these are things that bring up your bottom. Imagine McDonald's only had burgers. I noticed you have the Wi-Fi signs and I noticed you have the business cards. Now these 2 things are super important. Why do you have these right
So I have these strategically placed throughout the space because number 1, let's say I have a party, right? And I have 100 people in here. That's free promotion.
100%.
That's free promotion. So that's 100 business cards that can be potentially gone every event. So I'm filling these up every event because I want people to say, man, this is nice. Let me call him for my party. I got a party coming up in 2 months. My daughter's about to graduate. My husband's about to turn 50, whatever the case may be. So boom, I got those on deck for them. Wi-Fi is because number 1, when we come in here, I want everybody to be relaxed, calm, like they're not missing no calls. Number 2, DJ. DJ gonna ask you for Wi-Fi all the time.
Everybody asking for the
Wi-Fi. So I got the Wi-Fi package up there, Wi-Fi package back here. Let them know, like when they come in here, we got it on deck.
Oh my God. How often do you have to refill this?
Probably, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 business card holders. Probably once every 2 weeks, once every week and a half, once every 2 weeks, somewhere in there.
And why do you think that is?
Because, well, I'll say this. Number 1 is we provide a premium service, right? Let's say you come in here for your party, right? You don't know how much this party was. You don't know how much this party cost, but you just know it was nice as hell.
Yeah.
So you like, I want something like this. Boom, right? That's number 1. Number 2 is a lot of the times I have clients that come in here and they're like, listen, I want to network with you. Right, so I have a dance studio and we need somewhere to come practice on Wednesdays. This will be a perfect space to come do that, right? So I have a lot of B2B, like business to business clients who want to come in here, so they're grabbing those business cards as well.
I think another thing that's super important that people don't even realize, this is a Sweet 16. How many people come to the Sweet 16 today?
85 tonight.
Like 85, 90 people? That's 85 to 90 eyes on your space.
100%.
Every single Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
So this business card holder should be running through.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Every single week, and which is why I'm not surprised you said I gotta replace it every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because every single card is a referral. Every single card.
And it's a practically free referral, right?
100%. As a lot of people don't realize, ESE wasn't always ESE as it is now, with a full-scale roadmap, with a full-scale program, with a help walkthrough. Before it was literally just Brian Waldron. So I guess what attracted you to this field? And then what attracted you to even working with me or working with us?
For sure. So I would say, be honest with you, like I was doing my Airbnb. It was kind of hard to scale. I was doing my rental real estate, doing well, right, in its own regard. But when I really started to understand how much you can get per night, like for like premium packages, my wife was telling me like they was getting 10, 15 bands for like one night. Sometimes 20 racks for a big wedding. And I was like, man, this is crazy. So I started doing the research and I came across your information. I gave the information to her. Because I was like, man, this would be good for you. I was in my Airbnb bag, right? So I'm like, you can go ahead and do this. She never move forward with it. So like maybe like 6 months later, I kept seeing the information. It just kept popping up on my feed, my timeline. So I was like, man, let me tap in with them. So I saw about the course and all that good stuff at the time. You had the course going on, you had the ebooks and all that good stuff. So I was like, man, I don't want none of this right here. Like I want the sauce. I want the real one-on-one. So I remember I DM'd you and I was like, yo, what's up? Are you taking mentors? Like how much the mentorship? And you was like, I'm not taking mentors.
Yeah, I remember that because like a lot of people don't realize that, I mean, hopefully you should, because I've posted YouTube videos on this where we had a real life business. Like it's not just, oh my God, let me go and teach what I never did. Like we had 5 venues running in New York. Sorry, at that time we had three venues running in New York doing about $150,000 a month. So each location did about $50,000 a month, which is not unusual. Again, we talk about pricing packages. Once you understand like how much it costs to acquire a customer, lifetime value, all these different things, like it's not difficult. So at that time, like I realized that I could not take on a certain number of clients or mentees because I had a real life business to run. You can't run, it's very difficult to run 2 7-figure businesses. And especially at that age where at that time where I was like maybe like 26, I just wasn't as seasoned as an entrepreneur to take that on, which is why it came down to like, yo, look, listen, I'm just really not. No matter what it was that I was charging at that time, like we could make in our event-based business. So it wasn't like we were hurting for cash. It was really just like, I didn't want to take somebody's money and then not be able to deliver the service. But I know eventually we were.
I would say for my persistence, you know what I'm saying? I kept hitting you like, bro, what's up? I'm ready to go. And he literally was like, all right, cool. I'm not taking mentees, but if you want to be my mentee, this is the price. What's up? And I was like, shit. I was like, oh, shit. So I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm gonna need half up front. Here's my Zelle.
Not even a straight link.
I was like, yeah.
Straight wire.
And so I remember at the time, bro, like as far as mentorship, like any kind of coaching, I had never spent that type of money before.
Wow. So that's a good point. What motivated you? Because there's a lot of people who are watching this video right now who have not ever spent even a quarter of that. You know what I'm saying? So what motivated you to kind of really just dig deep and say, this is something that I need to do and I need to do it now?
So I tell everybody this, and because it means something near and dear to me. So it's like, if you want change, you have to change. And if you want something different, you got to do something different. So for me, I had never done anything like that on that scale. You know what I'm saying? I know that in order to get to that next level, you got to tap in and you got to expand. You got to invest, right? And you have to invest in the right areas. And a lot of the times you have to invest in mentorship, right? Because those types of situations will help you cut the corner faster, right? It'll help you get to X, Y, and Z faster. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, no, don't do this, right? I know what this looks like over here, come over here.
100%.
And so once I got my mind past that, I was just like, all right, look, let's go ahead and do it. I'm gonna try it, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And so I sent the money, I sent half of the money, and I was like, literally, I remember that night, I sent half of the Zelle. I
was sweating.
Oh my God, what did I just do?
Now, while we're on that topic, 2 questions I have. If you had to say how much money that has saved you over the course of your entire event-based business.
I take it one step further. How much money that has made me.
Okay.
Probably close to a half a ticket at this point.
No way.
No cap.
No way.
No cap. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
What?
Yeah, close to a half a ticket at this point. So that money is like 10-fold, 20, 30-fold.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now that's because I think a lot of times what we don't even realize, like people look at like mentorships as a scam and things like that, whatever the case may be, or programs as a scam. But you know, first of all, Event Space Elite is a mentorship at all.
Nah,
it's a program.
It's a program, yeah.
Same way you go through Harvard to become a lawyer, you go through Event Space Elite to become an event space owner. There's no if and buts about it. It's just the rite of passage. That's what happens. Everybody finds a space, everybody funds their space, everybody fills their space. It is what it is. Nobody gets left behind. That's our policy in Event Space Elite. No man or woman gets left behind. Everybody comes out with something. So you just saying that you have to take that risk in order to reap that reward. Wow, that's one of the next things that I would ask. Because I do want to ask the question though. I still want to ask the question. How much money do you think
saved?
Yeah. If you had to do it on your own.
If I had to do it on my own, I would just say thinking about the build out, thinking about those first 4 to 6 months that were critical. Like those first 6 months, I was calling you all the time.
Venues go out of business in the
Bro, that was critical right there. I'm not gonna lie. I would say 6 figures.
Wow.
Saved me 6 figures for sure. Even with the build out.
Yeah.
Right. I remember getting decor. I remember thinking about doing the floors. You saved me from that one. I remember even some of the decor pieces that we purchased, you was like, I would definitely get this, this, and this starting out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the budget was tight when we first started out.
And that's important because a lot of times we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
Imagine coming into this blind. And that's why, honestly, like, no hate or anything. I know there's a lot of Facebook groups and stuff like that. I'm part of a few of them myself. But a lot of times y'all have to realize that when you're taking advice from people, a lot of times it's the blind leading the blind.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, if you're joining these Facebook groups or these Telegram groups or things like that, you have to remember that a lot of times these people are not experts. And if you've only opened up one venue, maybe even two, that doesn't designate you as an expert. You could have just kind of stumbled into it or anything like that. We've opened 5 and we've helped open like another 40.
Yeah.
So there's a certain systematic pattern that goes into that where you truly understand the pitfalls, the disadvantages, the advantages, things to look out for when you are going into this business. So
yeah,
I would really caution everybody to, like, this is not one of those businesses that you want to just go in without any type of advice or expertise.
For sure.
This is not drop shipping where you could invest $1,000 and it doesn't work out, you're good. Like, I've seen people lose their homes. I've seen people lose their, like, literally their
life savings,
their 401k, break up with their families because they've invested all this money kind of like balls to the wall and it didn't pan out. Again, 40%, that's 2 out of 5 venues go out of business within their first year.
That's crazy.
Imagine, and that's real life statistic. You can Google this. Imagine you putting $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 into a venue for it to just not go out of business. And I know this also because a lot of these guys DM me and they're just like, hey, Brian, like, our venue isn't really working out. Do you know somebody who would like to take over the lease? Like, I don't want to touch your lease. I don't want to touch it at all. Like, I don't know what you did with that business or anything like that, because I know we're going to just get our clients a venue and it's going to go smooth. But that's really the big thing. And I don't say this to anybody to pressure them or anything like that. I would much rather feel more comfortable, or I'd much rather urge somebody to say, hey, look, listen, if I'm not prepared to go and get the right type of counseling or whatnot, don't get into this business. Try something else. Try like a little e-commerce business or like a lash store or something different. I'm not trying to discourage nobody, but like, I firsthand seen how expensive this business can be, how detrimental it can be, and the level of pitfalls that can go into it. So I don't want to end off on a sour note. I actually, hold it right there. I got a little something. I got a little something. I got a little something. Now I had to work with what I had. Normally, y'all know the boy B dude, you know, little ace of spades. But, you know what I'm saying? We was out here in the boonies, so we.
Oh Lord.
We had to get right, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to pick up a little something.
Okay. Yeah. So
something.
This is a purchase from experience, right? Because he's come to my house and he knows what's sitting on the bar. It's for Quita, 100%. This is for Quita. Shout out to Quita. So this is I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a privilege and a pleasure working with you.
Of course.
Alongside with you building the company. I've seen it from very, very early on to where it is now. And like I said, it's a privilege and an honor to work with you. Now I'm a coach, now I'm a consultant, now I'm a sales rep in the company. So, man, it's ESC to the moon. So, you know, I'm rocking with you.
We here with it, man.
Let's get it.
We here with it, man. You already know what it is, man. It's a Kid Billionaire B. Shout out my guy, Terrion Whitlock. Shout out Quita. Shout out the boys, man. Shout out Room 612.
Yes, sir.
Y'all already know we are going on actually a 20 venue tour this week. So y'all are actually gonna see a lot of venues like this because I know y'all have specifically requested these walkthroughs because y'all like to see real life, in-depth look at all our venue owners. So just this week alone, we're gonna be in Orlando, Florida, Houston, Texas, California, visiting a lot of our different clients and post them right here on YouTube so you can see real life, in-depth about how we do it. This is Kid Billionaire B. Let's go.